One thing I have learned from being on all types of social media for the past 8 years is that a lot of people in the world have pain and suffering at various times in their lives. I used to think that everyone else in the world had it all together, and that I was one of the few that suffered in life. But in reality, almost every human being goes through pain and suffering at various points in their life. Jesus once said, "Consider the lilies how they grow. They toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." So now I think if anyone searches deep within themselves, they will find the answers that they need in life. And Muji once said, "Let what comes, come." I love that. You know that I have become alive, and this realization has taken place in me because of the source of life who is within me. How did this happen? I only listened to myself, and I said, "I am pleased with you. You are pleasing to me." The more pleasing we are with ourselves, the more strongly we feel it, the source of life within us. Christina Martin once said, "Life is simple. You are already complete. All you have to do is be. The rest is play." And this makes me think of a quote by St. Francis of Assisi, "What we are looking for is what is looking." So now, this brings me to the fact that we are trying to straighten a wiggly world, and it can't be done with the modern way of thinking. Religions, political correctness, etc. We need a new global way of thinking. We have the resources, we have the energy, we have the power. No more excuses. No more turning our backs. Let's get together and make this world a better place to live in. Terence McKenna said it best. We have the technological power, the engineering skills to save our planet, to cure disease, to feed the hungry, to end war, but we lack intellectual vision, the ability to change our minds. We must decondition ourselves from 10,000 years of bad behavior, and it is not easy. Imagine a global population addicted to a drug, the use of which is killing us, but there is no doctor saying you should. There is no rehab clinic to go to when you are a species. We are on an absolute destructive vendor that will end with the death of the earth, unless we can somehow restructure our psychology and get a hold of ourselves. This was in a lecture by Terence in a video I watched on YouTube. So now, the global agenda is to keep the human race in discord, so that humans will live in fear. The plan is and has been working perfectly for thousands of years. All you have to do is watch the evening news. We need to get our shit together. The world needs to come together as one, and we need to live together in peace and harmony. And this makes me think of a song by Darren Austin Hall. Don't you see the connection, this life and death, this dance and breath? Surrender to the truth instead. So considering these thoughts, when you look around, you can notice God in everything. When we come to this understanding, we realize that we don't need any sort of religion. Simply, you will see God has always been and always will be. We are all one, as the Beatles sang. I am he, as you are he, as you are me, and we are all together. That was from the song I Am the Walrus. In general, I believe humans from the beginning of time always known or assumed there was a deeper connection to the earth and to the reality that we experience. That there is more than we can perceive with our eyes or hear with our ears. There are other dimensional planes that exist that we can sense by getting in touch with our true self. There are other frequencies in the universe that if we align with, we can tune into. I have come to realize that love is the meaning of life. Love is the nature of God. Our souls desire it. Love is synonymous with divinity. We are all divine by nature. All humans will return to the source and be engulfed in love one day. Knowledge is the key. This makes me think of some of the lyrics to the song Bizarre Love Triangle by New Order. I feel fine and I feel good. I'm feeling like I never should. Whenever I get this way, I just don't know what to say. Why can't we be ourselves like we were yesterday? I'm not sure what this could mean. I don't think you're what you seem. I really love that song. I believe you are something more beautiful, friend. A Buddhist monk once said, "There is no key to the universe, but the good part is there was never a lock on it to start with." I love that. So let life flow. Flow with intuition. When you follow intuition, you love life. That makes me think of what I heard in a video called Opening Tao. You and I feel like we need instruction from religion or whatever. Nature does not need any instruction, and if you follow nature, then you probably don't either. If there is a natural order in the universe of that kind, and our society is failing to conform to it, the problem is not that we are not educating people to follow the natural order, but the problem is probably the opposite. Our education is interfering with people spontaneously following the natural order. I love that. So now, if you know this in your heart, that the great goodness that created the universe will protect you and give you guidance if you quietly ask it to. In stillness, ask the great God of the universe to give you direction. This brings me to the movie The Matrix. Spoon Boy. Do not try to bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth. Neo. What truth? Spoon Boy. There is no spoon. Neo. There is no spoon? Spoon Boy. Then you will see that it is not the spoon that bends. It is only yourself. Do you see the connection here, friend? Have you ever noticed how thoughts seem to magically appear in your mind? Have you ever wondered where they come from? I think they come from the source, the creator of the universe. I love the song Oh My Love by John Lennon. I see the wind, oh I see the trees. Everything is clear in my heart. I see the clouds, oh I see the sky. Everything is clear in our world. Oh my love, for the first time in my life, my mind is wide open. So in these considerations, I think that our lives on this planet are merely fluctuations of energy. And I know for sure our physical lives are temporary. I believe our true selves are eternal, and that we return to the source in the spirit world when we die. Our souls, or our true selves, are what the Buddhists call our Mara, the deathless, and when our physical bodies die, we enter the timeless, deathless dimension. Thinking in this way, we need not stress out or be anxious about dying, because we are simply moving on and eventually returning home. India Arie sang it, I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I'm not the pieces of the dream that I left behind. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. Some powerful lyrics. It is truly amazing when you realize that you are the awareness behind this vehicle and this thing called life. Thinking about material things, Alan Watts once said, I have enough, and having enough is good as the feast. A brilliant man. So be careful not to fall into the trap of the love of money and material possessions. After all, you can't take it with you. I believe it is best to set your sights on the things of the spirits. I understand that we all need to survive. I just mean don't let it consume you. In meditation, I once realized that it is a responsibility of the human race to make a contribution to society by behaving in a positive way that helps one another. One practice I have been doing for a couple years now is focusing my thoughts on the positive and letting go of the negative, believing with all my heart that good things are happening in my life. Combined with meditation, you have a life changer. A little thing that I have found to do in meditation is to think about family members, friends, or anybody, even enemies, and send positive thoughts to them. Thoughts are energy, so you are sending positive energy to them. In doing this, you send positive energy to yourself. St. Francis once said, in giving you receive. I saw a quote on Facebook by Spiritual Awakenings that read, one day it just clicks. You realize what's important and what isn't. You learn to care less about what other people think of you, and more about what you think of yourself. You realize how far you've come, and you remember when you thought things were such a mess that you would never recover. Hang in there. You're going to be okay. So now, there are a lot of dark forces out there in the universe that want to keep you stuck in the matrix. It is important to know that you are really something divine. Don't believe the lies. What dawned on me in meditation once is that negative things are not necessarily bad. Because without negativity, we would not know what good is. This life is merely an experience in an ever-expanding progression of knowledge and understanding. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what the hell are we doing here on Earth? I really don't know the answer, and I don't think anyone does. One thing is for certain, we will figure it out when we leave this reality. I guess in the meantime, it is a good idea to enjoy life whenever possible. Whatever positive things make you happy, do that regularly. Our lives are merely our souls having experiences, and that the material world will fade away. But our essence, our souls, our true selves will live forever and keep coming back for more experiences. I once read, "Live not in the world of illusion, but climb the stairway of truth, freedom, and genuine experience. Your reward will be great, and you will have a ring of truth." Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world." Luke 17:21, "The kingdom of God is within you." I heard a story once about a mighty king. He was having troubling times, so he commanded his magician to make him a ring that would make his life better. A few days passed, and the magician delivered the ring to the king. The king put the ring on and looked at it and noticed that it was inscribed with the words, "It will pass." Something to reflect on. Neither shall I say, "Lo here," or "Lo there," for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Jesus said that in Luke 17:21. God is in you. Your mind is the temple. Don't just read the menu, eat the food. This makes me think of the song "Change" by Blind Melon. Shannon Hoon sang, "Keep on dreaming, 'cause when you stop dreaming, it's time to die." I believe the one thing that all major religions of the world don't tell you is the real lowdown on life, that you are one with the universe. The Illuminati don't want you to experience that. That is why they're cool with all religions around the world. If everyone in the world awakened, they would lose their power. I think of the lyrics to the song "Sound of Silence," and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. But with all these considerations in mind, all we can do is wake up every morning and do the best of whatever we do every day. We all have pain and struggle sometimes. I often wonder why we are here on Earth. Nobody alive really knows. I guess we have to make the best of it. Be positive, help others, be kind. John Lennon sang it best. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. So can we look at the world and each other without fixing labels and names and gradations and judgments on everything? And I will end this video with the lyrics to a Garth Brooks song, "The Dance." Yes, my life, it's better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have to miss the dance. Peace and one love, y'all.